Yo, what is going on, you guys? This is me, Jason, aka Titans Daily, and welcome back to another episode of Sports Digest. This was supposed to come out Thursday, but instead it's coming out Friday. Anyways, before I get started with this article, this is a big version of me. If you guys enjoy me talking about this, hit the like button down below. I appreciate all your support, and if you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on whenever I post videos like this or Minecraft, Wizard 101, etc. All of the above. But I'm going to go over basically the Titans additions whatever. The draft and OTAs just wrapped up, or minicamp. Technically, it's minicamp, voluntary minicamp just wrapped up today. So I'm going to go over that for a little bit. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. So let's get started here. Let me move my camera a bit. There we go. Can you guys see this? I hope you guys can see this. Okay. Titans 2025 free agency tracker. Okay. We're going to go through this. Brandon Allen. Honestly, not a bad pickup. It's just a veteran quarterback to provide depth for the team. Honestly, not a bad move. We also signed Tim Boyle. And if you know anything about Tim Boyle, he had the worst touchdown to interception ratio ever. He had like 4 touchdowns to 12 picks. It's bad. Safe to say he's getting cut probably after training camp. All right. Next up is Xavier Woods. I like this pickup. Former Panther and Cowboy, I believe, right? Yeah, he is a great tackler and he's really good in coverage. He's going to be a free safety, that provides depth to our team. Obviously, this is a great addition to our team, to our defense. Great addition to the secondary alongside with Amani Hooker. Said Chidobe Awuzie, but we cut him like a few weeks ago. Maybe a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. I think the Ravens claimed him, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check on that real quick. I think they did, though. Chidobe Awuzie. Yeah, he signed with the Ravens. Okay. Just making sure my statement is correct. So, Xavier Woods, it's a good deal. 2 years, $10 million. It's a pretty good standard deal. Now, I'm going to get on to Kevin Zeitler in just a second, but the last thing I want to touch up on Xavier Woods, he's a great sticky safety, and he's going to provide what we need and to tackle, because last year we had a really big problem with tackling. And, yeah, you need to tackle really well to play well in this league. That's all I'm going to say. All right, next up, we have Kevin Zeitler. It's a great veteran move right here. Kevin Zeitler is 35 years old. Just saying. We could have went for someone a little bit younger. We did. I'm going to get to that later with Dan Moore Jr. But the Kevin Zeitler deal, great deal. He's one of the best guards out there. This is like our version of Frank Ragnow, who is ultimately retired right now, or Zach Martin. It's a great option right here to help J.C. Latham on the left side. I think he does play left guard. Yeah. All right. Dre'Mont Jones, another depth piece to this roster. We need edge rush. I think our linebackers right now are Dre'Mont Jones, Arden Key, Lorenzo Carter, probably Jalen Harrell. There's a couple other names that I'm forgetting, but I know that Tavondre and Jeffrey are definitely starters on the D line or on the 3 technique. But Dre'Mont Jones is another 3-4 edge rusher, and he can put some production, pretty decent. Former Bronco, former Raven. Yeah. All right. Next up, Van Jefferson. It's a prove it deal, honestly. Pretty cheap for a decently fast wide receiver. I mean, we did add Chimere DK in the draft and Alec Ayomanor in the draft, so I mean, 800-yard season 4 years ago. Good depth to their wide receiver spot. I know that kind of says it right there, but the Titans still need to add more to their wide receiver core. Yeah, Jefferson's a decent pick. like if we look at Justin Jefferson, if we look at Van Jefferson's stats, 276 yards, not terrible, but honestly could have been better. All right, Dan Moore. Here's the player I've been talking about. Dan Moore, we kind of overpaid for him, to put it into those terms. We definitely overpaid for Dan Moore. He is 26 years old, but gosh, 4 years, $82 million. Yeah, we're going to have to restructure that, buddy. Mike Borgonzi, you might need to restructure that contract, bro, because I don't know if paying someone $82 million, someone that led up the most amount of sacks last year, is the best move. But I don't know. It's just not the best move ever, but kind of overpaid for him. You know, he will be on the right or left side of the line with Kevin Zeitler, so it's probably going to be Dan Moore on the left, from left to right. It's going to be Dan Moore right here, left tackle, Kevin Zeitler, left guard. Center is probably going to be Cushenberry, right? And then right guard is probably going to be Peter Skronsky. Right tackle is J.C. Latham. Not a bad line on paper. It's not a bad line. It'll definitely come handy when you get Tajay Spears, Tony Pollard, Khalil Mullings, and Julius Chestnut. So it's going to be pretty fun to run the football. Pass protection is going to be pretty dang good too, or it should be pretty dang good too. I mean, you are protecting your future quarterback in Cam Ward. So, yeah, there's that. We also re-signed SJD, Sebastian Joseph Day, for y'all that don't know. SJD is another depth piece. He brings a lot to the Titans team. He added some good pressure last year. 2.5 sacks. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but for an interior defensive lineman like him, he's gonna basically tell T'Vondre Sweat how to, work his hands inside and, get his hat placement correctly, and win some pass rush moves, and I think T'Vondre Sweat is in a really good position, because he is right behind Jeffrey Simmons and Sebastian Joseph Day, so he's learning from two of some of the better defensive tackles. I think Jeffrey Simmons is a top 5 NFL defensive tackle. You can argue a ball, but I think T'Vondre Sweat's going to come up one day, one of these seasons, like one of the next 2 years. He's going to be really, really good, and he's amazing. He was a second-round pick last year out of Texas. So, let's see. Johnny Hekker. I remember, what was it, like 10, 12 years ago? There was like a Dude Perfect video came out from, it was like Kicking Edition or something like that. And like Dude Perfect interviewed Johnny Hekker and like Greg Zuerlein and Jake McQuaid. I think that's what his name is. I think he's like a long snapper now. Jake McQuaid for like the Panthers, I want to say. Let's see. Jake McQuaid. That's not who we're looking up. Yeah, Jake McQuaid. You guys see this guy? I don't know if you guys can see this Wikipedia page, but he's retired. Let's put that there. Yeah, he is retired. Whoa, I don't want to mess this up. Okay, yeah, Jake McQuaid. Yeah. Am I screwing something up? I don't think so. Maybe I might be. I can't tell. I really don't know. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. Anyways, back to the story. Watching that interview, pretty funny. It's gonna be a good video when it's Dude Perfect. But Johnny Hekker brings. He has a good foot. He is 34, 35 maybe. Yeah, he is 35. And he used to play for the St. Louis Rams, and then he went to the Panthers for a couple years, and now he's with the Titans. So yeah. And then we also got Joey Sly. Joey Sly has a big leg, but not really that clutch. We lose Nick Folk, unfortunately, and we lose Ryan Stonehouse, but that's okay. All right. All right. Mike Brown, pretty good re-signing, honestly. Mike Brown's a great depth player that, he's going to be slotted alongside Amani Hooker, Kevin Winston Jr., Xavier Woods, that same category. Might play nickel corner, but I just see him as a free safety at this point. So it's probably going to be Xavier Woods, then Mike Brown, then Kevin Winston Jr. if he comes back from injury. Okay, so we can just hope, right? All right, Cody Barton, one of the better linebackers for free agency. Not the best linebacker ever, but he a couple days ago he intercepted Cam Ward twice, so there's that. He has a great on the ball, play style. He knows exactly how to match up with tight ends. He can run with anybody pretty much. And, Cody Barton, from what I've seen on tape, he's a dog. And he's going to be like Azeez Al-Shire in 2023, was it? Yeah, 2023, we signed Azeez Al-Shire. Yeah, it's going to be just like Azeez Al-Shire. But I think Azeez Al-Shire is with either the Texans or I don't know where he's at currently. But, yeah, it is a big deal. 3 years, $21 million, if you didn't know. But Will Barton can play just about any position inside that linebacker slot. All right, another re-signing, Darrell Baker Jr. Another good place. He's a great filler for injuries, especially to L'Jarius Sneed last year, because L'Jarius Sneed only played 4 games last year. If you didn't know, he had a bad lingering leg injury, but hopefully he'll be healthy this year and make some big plays for us this year. So re-signing Baker is a great low risk, high reward kind of deal. It's a great deal for someone like Darrell Baker. Morgan Cox, another special teams player. I don't know much about long snapping, but this sounds like a good deal. I mean, we initially signed him in 2021. So he's been here for 3 years, and so let's add him to the 4th. Yeah, he is 38, but he is one of the better, long snappers. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not too big on long snappers. Andrew Ripkich, offensive tackle, another good depth piece that we can just slide in and out. All right, now we need to go to our draft players. Not 2026, gosh. 2025. Perfect. All right, can you guys see this? Also, I want to give a huge shout out to Teron Davenport right here. He has made Titans coverage amazing, and he is the ESPN writer for the Tennessee Titans. So, Teron, if you're watching this, big fan of your stuff. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. And, man, you're doing amazing, bro. That's all I got to say. But, Teron, keep doing your thing, man. Can't wait to see more stuff come from you, man. All right, here we go. Obviously, the biggest pick in our history so far, Cam Ward, Miami. This was the right pick. You had to move on from Will Levis at some point, and it's just a timing thing. Will Levis wasn't going to be the guy after he saw weeks 1 through 4 last year. The Packers game was tough to watch. The Bears game was tough to watch, and so was the Jets game. Literally, like, he underarm throwed in the Jets game inside the Jets 20-yard line. Sounds crazy, but it happened. He also threw a bad pick 6 at the end of the Bears game, so it's tough on him. And then they lose 40-24 to the Packers, which sucks. But Cam Ward, phenomenal player, so much upside. He brings a lot to the team. I've seen clips on him on Twitter from Jim Wyatt or Buck Rising or Mike Glennon, etc. Various sports reporters / sources, and seeing how he flings the ball, like, people are comparing him to Patrick Mahomes. I don't want to compare him yet because he hasn't played a full game yet in the NFL. He does have a test though, week 1 against the Broncos, so that's gonna be a tough game for him in Denver too at 4:30. So that's gonna be a tough game, but I can't wait to watch Cam Ward play. Literally, I cannot wait to watch him play. And he could put up really good numbers. He could put average numbers or put up really bad numbers, but I think he's going to put up above average numbers. I think he's going to have the same impact Jayden Daniels had to the Commanders last year. Maybe not that level, but like he's gonna be a dog. Yeah. Next player we selected, round 2, pick number 52. We select Oluwafemi Oladejo from UCLA. He recently just converted to edge rusher, by the way, 2 years ago. Went from linebacker to edge rusher. He could play both. Also another demon to go up against. Like if you see like, oh my gosh, I gotta show you guys this. Oluwafemi. I can't spell his name yet. I'm not too familiar with this game. Titans. Look at this. Look at this guy. Is that him? Yeah. Look at this guy. This guy's built like a tank. Like, holy shit. Like, look at this. Bro is just a walking tank. You do not, as a left, I'm not a left tackle, but I'm saying as a left tackle or a right tackle, you do not want to go up against this guy, Jeffrey Simmons, or let's just throw out the whole O-line. You do not want to see Jeffrey Simmons, Oladejo, Arden Key, Devondre Sweat, and Sebastian Joseph Day coming after you. It's a business decision. I get it. But I think Oladejo is going to do pretty good. He is probably going to be behind Draymond Jones and Lorenzo Carter, but he's going to be competing for that number 2 spot, and he's going to be rotating in and out with Draymond Jones, Arden Key, and Lorenzo Carter. So he's gonna fit well in this Denard Wilson defense. Let's just put it at that. Next one, I think this is the steal of the draft. You can call me biased, but I don't really give a shit. This is the steal of the draft. Kevin Winston Jr., Penn State. If he didn't have the injury, he would have been way gone. He would have been first round pick. Don't even question it. I think he would have been a first round pick if he was not injured. But he had a leg injury. And, leg injuries for safeties historically, not the best thing ever, but you just got to hope and pray that they, time heals all wounds, I swear. And, you just got to feel for these guys. And, someone like Kevin Winston is going to do Kevin Byard-like things, I think. I hope. I don't know. Maybe not exactly like Kevin Byard, because Kevin Byard was a steal for what it's worth, he was like a steal in the 3rd round of 2016, right? He went to MTSU, go Blue Raiders. So, yeah, he was a dog to begin with. Like, he had 8 interceptions, I think, in 2017. Yeah, I know. Sounds like, wow. Yeah, he was something special. I think Kevin Byard's, ultimately one of the best draft picks in the past 10 years for us. I put Derrick Henry up there. I put A.J. Brown up there. I put Jeffrey Simmons up there. I put J.C. Latham up. Maybe what do I put J.C. Latham above Ward? Yeah, I'm going to put J.C. Latham above. Yeah, probably. Because we haven't seen Cam Ward play yet. But this is all just speculation and how I think the season's going to turn out. But Kevin Winston Jr., phenomenal pick. A-plus pick for Mike Bergonzi, and he is so good. 4.45 at Penn State's Pro Day, which is pretty good. He can stick with any tight end. Yeah. Anyways, Chimere DK, Florida, one of the fastest wide receivers in the combine with a 4.3, 4.40. God damn. It's a great target for Cam Ward, right? He could take that. He could just throw it up there. Chimere DK. What? That's crazy. Yeah. What I'm planning on doing, what I'm thinking about doing is doing a highlight/film review, the Tuesday after the game. So if I should do that, comment down below. Should I do that or not? So basically what I was thinking is after every game, I'll look at the highlights. I don't know. I don't think I can record the highlights because I'd probably get copywritten, but hear me out. I just highlight a couple plays, player of the game, and offensive player of the game, defensive player of the game, etc. And figure out what was my favorite play, what's the biggest thing we can improve on for next week. That's pretty much it. That's all I had. That's my TED Talk. So yeah, that was pretty much it. But if you guys think I should do that, let me know. If I shouldn't do that, and just give my overall like post game uh thoughts slash um post game reaction, just let me know. I'll probably do that first option though. I really like that, but I think YouTube would just what's the word? They'd probably just copyright me and be like, "Why are you doing NFL highlights in your videos?" And I'm like, at the same time, some people make college football edits, and in the back of my head, I think I could totally do that with the NFL with just my voice over the commentary. I'll mute the video first and foremost. Second, it's my own creative content. Third, I don't know. Okay, next pick, Gunnar Helm. Another great addition to add behind Josh Wiley and Chig Okonkwo. And Demarcus Thompson Robinson. I think he's still on the team. Demarcus Thompson Robinson. Yeah, he is. Saw a depth chart the other day, and this is a good pick. I like Gunnar Helm. Great player. Great possession catching tight end. He can also pass block really well. So if we ever need to stick, All right, next one, Alec Ayomanor, another great pick. Dog, he literally put up 294 yards against Travis Hunter. That's crazy. 294 yards. That's insane. And Travis Hunter versus Alec Ayomanor, week, I want to say 9. I know that's wrong. Let me check. There's no way to check. Great. I love it. Let's see. Am I right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So week 12 we play the Jags, and week 18 we play the Jags. Close enough. 9 is really close to 12. All right, Jackson Slater, once again, great guard depth. Probably put him behind Kevin Zeitler, and Kevin Zeitler's probably going to teach him how to, Anyways, Marcus Harris, another dog, another great addition to the secondary. I think we made really great selections. All 9 of these players are going to contribute to our team no matter what. You could clip that. You can take that to the bank. All 9 of these players, Cam Ward, I almost said Olu Fashanu, Olu Oladejo, Kevin Winston Jr., Chimere Dike, Gunnar Helm, Alec Ayomanor, Jackson Slater, Marcus Harris, Khalil Mullings. They're all going to contribute to some part of this team. And I think Khalil Mullings is going to be RB3 right behind Tyjae Spears. Because I think Tony Pollard's going to start. You could take that to the bank too. It's going to go Tony Pollard, Tyjae Spears, Khalil Mullings, Julius Chestnut. I don't even know if you can keep 4 running backs, but I think Mike Borgonzi did a really good job first year coming into a very, very bad situation and made the situation better. You know what I mean? Like, he was taking over a team that was just ran by Rand Carthon. Rand had a decent draft 2 years ago, like his first year and his second year, kind of. This is a good draft to bounce back from after all that, after all that. Shout out to Karl Anthony Towns, man. Cam Ward, he's definitely. I gotta see at least 5 games from Cam Ward to determine. He probably is the franchise guy. He probably will be the franchise guy. I'm definitely going to be proven wrong here, but I think Cameron Ward is going to do pretty good. I say he's doing pretty good. Anyways, guys, with Cam Ward looking at you, or looking at a defender, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Sports Digest. I'm probably going to call this like Titans 2025 recap of draft free agency. I think that's what I'm going to call it, but I'm going to find out. I'm going to figure out a better name. a better name. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video and you're excited like I am, hit the like button down below. Comment down below your favorite NFL team. And guess what? This year I'm going to be doing predictions. No way. Yeah, I'm going to be doing predictions for not every team. God, no. Kill me. But like every week whenever a game comes up, the Wednesday before the week, the day before Thursday Night Football, there will be a video saying week 1 predictions, week 2 predictions, next Wednesday, week 3, so on and so forth. Get what I'm trying to say. Anyways, guys, thank you all for taking the time to watch this, listen to this, or you might be driving right now and we're like, okay, let's put this on. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.